Hi guys, welcome to Believers IAS Academy. So today we are discussing one of the most buzzing word across social media and across the country, that is of ethanol fuel, or what we call as E20 fuel. Okay, so in this lecture, basically video here, what and all we will be studying, what is E-fuel or E20 fuel, okay, and how it is made. This is the second thing, and what are the advantages for India, what are the disadvantages for India, okay, and finally we'll come to where the government has recently busted some of the myth associated with this particular fuel. Okay, so in this entire video we will be able to understand everything. Okay, so now we'll start with what is this ethanol or E20 fuel. E20, what do you mean by E20? E20 here means earlier what used to happen, you'll get 100% of your fuel from petrol itself, right? So now with ethanol, what will happen is 20% of your this fuel will be of ethanol and another 80% will be of petrol. Okay, here it will be blending of this petrol and ethanol. Okay, now why the government is doing this? There are main three reasons why the government is doing this. The first and foremost is to reduce pollution. Okay, to fight climate change. This is one of the main purpose of the government. Second purpose is reduce reduce our import dependency. Okay, and third one is basically to provide extra income or more income for farmers. Okay, this is the main intention behind this program. So now as you can see, this is renewable energy. Basically, this is one of the renewable energy, which is biofuel. Okay, now this ethanol is made up of various food grains. So mainly this sugarcane, maize, even rice, rice also, and other food grains are also used to produce this particular ethanol blending. Okay, so now this one is, as I told you, it is 20% ethanol and 80% of fuel. Okay, we have discussed just now regarding this. And what are the three main purpose I told you? One is to reduce crude oil dependency, cut emission, and support agriculture economy. These are the main intentions. There are other intentions as well, but these are basically main focused about. So by doing this, we are actually contributing towards Atmanirbhar Bharat vision, our vision towards Atmanirbhar Bharat, where we will be self-dependent, and basically what we will be reducing our dependency on other countries. Okay, in order to achieve that, ethanol blending will be a main important factor for that. Okay, so now after this we'll understand how this basically ethanol is made. Okay, so what happens, let's say this is sugarcane. This sugarcane, from sugarcane juice will be made, will be extracted. Basically this juice will be extracted. Now this juice, for this juice, what they will do, they will add yeast and leave it to fermentation for, let's say, 2 to 3 days. For 2 to 3 days, this particular liquid will be fermented. So now after this, what will happen? After 2 to 3 days, let's say for 3 days, after 3 days, what they will do, this particular liquid is heated at 78 degrees Celsius. This particular liquid will be added. Okay, and this will become, after heating for 78 degrees Celsius, what the next process will be? Distillation, which means through distillation we'll extract ethanol. Through distillation, what we'll do, we'll extract ethanol. This is how basically this ethanol is being extracted. Okay, so now here, as you can see here, what we'll do, first we'll harvest the crops, then we'll extract sugars, which means sugar, and after that we'll be fermenting it for 2 to 3 days. After fermenting, we'll basically burn it. Okay, after burning it, what we'll do, we will we'll do distillation of that particular liquid. After this, ultimately what we'll get is E20. This is what we'll get after this. This is how basically what ethanol fuel is, what basically it is produced like this. Okay, this is one thing. And next part here is ethanol program blending. Ethanol blending program. So now what is this ethanol blending? As I told you, what is the main intention behind this? Three intentions we had discussed. So if you take the evolution of this program, so basically it started in 2003. 2003 it started. In 2014 we blended 1%, and in 2018 we had blended 5%, and 2022 we had blended 10%, and 2023-20 it is 12%. Now we are shifting towards E20, which is ethanol 20. So it's not, ethanol 20 is not a new thing. Okay, so it's been evolving since 2014. The program has started in 2003, but actually it was started implementing on the real, with the petrol was started in 2014, where phase wise it was introduced. Here it started with 1%, then we moved to 5%, then to 10%. Now after this 12%, now we have moved to 20% of it. Okay, so this is not the new thing, it has been used. Okay, now as I told you, what is the main thing is reduce oil import, strengthen energy security. Now as you can see, the conflict between Iran and US had made us to realize furthermore where we should not depend on some other countries for our energy needs, and it will increase farmers' income as well through this and lower the vehicular pollution. These are the main intention behind this program. Okay, now what are the advantages of this? We are, as already discussed, energy independence. Yes, that is one of their clearer emission, support farmers, and higher octane. So ethanol is higher octane rating, which means basically it is related to engine. The efficiency of engine will improve through this. Okay, so now after this we'll understand what are the disadvantages. Disadvantages of this basically. So here is mileage reduction. There has been reports that 3 to 4% of lowering in the vehicles. Okay, mileage has been reduced. This vehicle compatibility, because the vehicles which are older than 2015 are basically what facing the problems regarding this, and moisture absorption. Since it is ethanol, basically what it will absorb water. If there is water in the engine, basically it will affect the running of that particular vehicle. Okay, and water usage here, to cultivate sugarcane we need more water. Since we are Indian agriculture is mainly dependent on monsoon. If we are dependent on these particular crops, it will be very difficult to sustain in the long run. Okay, this is also the thing. And one is food and fuel. Now, if farmers start earning more in this particular E20 fuel, then automatically it will affect our future food security, right? So these are the disadvantages of this particular thing. Okay, now what are the myths surrounding this, and the government, how did the government react to this? What were the government response for this? Okay, so first we'll start with use of too much of water. So people used to say, what was the myth regarding ethanol was, we need 10,000 liters of water for 1 liter in order to produce 1 liter of ethanol. However, government said we only need 3 to 5 liters of water. This is one of the myth that was busted by the government, where it says only 3 to 5 liters of water is needed. So there is no excess of water needed for production of this. Now second thing is food security will suffer. So here what people said, if the farmers start earning more income from ethanol, so farmer will more focus on ethanol, and we will be having shortage of this food security, or we have problem of food security in India. So what the government has told? Government has basically told that we only use those which are firstly surplus in this, which are surplus. Second thing is the broken grains. So basically what? Damaged or the broken grains. Okay, so only those food crops will be used in production of this ethanol. Okay, there will be no risk for food security. Second thing is it will damage engine. Second myth was ethanol 20 is damaging the engine. As you see, the program which we started, it basically what? It started in 2003 and it started implementing in 2014. So slowly 1%, 5%, 12%, 20%, this is how it was introduced, right? So in this regard, what the government has told is, it has done various testing from world famous or world recognized institutions, okay, automobile industries, where they have tested regarding this thing, and there was no damage for any of the engine. This is what the government has told regarding this. Now coming to this, mileage decrease drastically. Here, though mileage will decrease 3 to 4%, however, there is no drastic decrease in mileage. Okay, the myth was it will drastically decrease the mileage. However, it has told that it will not it will not drastically, it will not, only slightly reduction only. There is only slight reduction in this. Second thing is E20 is experimental. Now, people thought it was only directly, it was experimental. So here what the myth was, E20 is new or not proven. So basically what it is used in many countries. Basically it's not experimental. E20 has already been used in some of the countries like UK, Japan. Okay, so these countries have already are using basically this ethanol. So it's not experimental. This is the fifth myth which was broken by the government. Now sixth myth is warranty and insurance will be invalid. The myth was warranty and insurance, if you are using E20 petrol, E20 fuel, so basically means your insurance claim will be declined. So this is not the reason. So what the government says is, whatever the earlier thing is there, the same thing will continue. There is no changes in this particular insurance claim. Okay. Now next thing is ant and bee. Since we know initially during the production of this ethanol, what we saw is we use sugarcane. So what people are saying this, ants and bees, basically they are attracted towards this particular thing, and the government has said no, there is zero sugar in this particular e-ethanol. Only will extract this, but it does not contain any types of sugar. Okay, so there will be no it will not attract any ants or bees. Next thing is water enters fuel tank. Since ethanol, it's tend to absorb water, so what people are saying, it will pull water to it. Ethanol will pull water. So basically government has said these engine tanks or the fuel tanks are made in order to reduce this kind of, these kinds of attractions from the, absorption from the ethanol. Okay, they are made with modern technologies, and modern storage will not be able to do this. Okay, this is second thing. Next thing is sugarcane juice. As we all know, sugarcane juice is not mixed here. Here sugarcane will basically will ferment it, and after then distillation will happen. In that distillation, ethanol is created. It is extracted, not sugar. Sugarcane juice is basically not mixed here. Next and the last thing is here, ethanol plants pollute environment. So basically what they are saying, which all industries which are producing this ethanol fuel are polluting the environment. However, government said all the environmental regulatories, okay, everything, pollution control standards have to be maintained by this particular, and government is constantly monitoring about these industries. Okay, so these are some of the myths which was busted by the government recently, and through this we can understand ethanol is very safe to use. Okay, though there are some research needs to be done, especially regarding this mileage and all. So in future, definitely we can use this ethanol for our fuel efficiency, and we already know what are the other disadvantages also. Okay, I hope through this video you are aware of this particular topic regarding ethanol 20. Okay, and I hope it was very useful for you. Thank you so much.